characters going, so you know.
Do you have a minecart to sit in, or are you just gonna stand there and stare at some stuff on the ceiling?
I don't see a minecart
Oh, you don't
here.
see one. Oh, you don't see
I
one, huh?
don't. Yeah, I
Okay,
don't
all
see
right.
one. So
I don't either, but I mean,
Um, oh, jeez. But yeah, I think Resident Evil 7 was the highlight of our week together, Kevin. I think
oh yeah,
we enjoyed the literal crap out of that. It was great. It was
and the
fantastic.
DLC, except for that one
Oh my.
DLC, that was
Well,
questionable.
well, yeah, because it was more along the lines of like two of them were just unnecessarily survival related and like just didn't need to do it. The one with the blackjack, I think if we were to try to do that more, I think I'd want to have you sit there and do that with me, just
All
because
right,
you seem to be very adept in calling in
oh,
and
thanks.
and when to
I mean,
hold and all that good
sure,
stuff.
yeah. We still gotta do the last one though.
Yes, we still got to play the last one. It's gotten us hyped for RE8. Which have you made a
Uh-huh.
decision on whether you're going to get that or not?
I have not yet.
Okay, okay.
I'm
But you
thinking
are
about it
getting
though. Don't you worry.
Returnal, correct?
Oh, that's tomorrow. Don't you worry.
Oh boy. Well, we're going to look
Kevin's
for
life goes
impressions.
bye bye. Kevin's life goes. No, I have work in the morning. Oh no no. Nope.
Usually that's the answer. Quit. Just quit. Yeah, we're definitely going to look for impressions from you for next week's cast.
Don't you
So
worry. I'm off
definitely.
all weekend.
Oh, okay then. Alrighty. Do you want me to go to you, or I'm going to skip you still, Adam? All right, cool. Two days overall. Is Respawn dead? Did they kill them?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I know EA kills everything they touch, but I thought Respawn was dead.
Mm, Um. So if it were, I'm just saying, if it were, Apex Legends would be having season 9 coming out in like 4 days.
Cool.
Yeah, we're not. Oh, because there can only be one person from each region, so you're just out of luck.
There can only be one. There can only be one that rules them all.
All right. There's hope.
Oh,
Yep. No, family show.
I mean,
All
this will
right.
be your, one of the few non 100% you have in your account at that point if you don't get to work. So then what? It's not a big deal for this one. Oh, so if you were at like 65, it wouldn't bother you as much.
Mm-hmm.
They should do that. I mean, 64 people. Was it 64 people had that game? Game owners, 64. Yeah, you're 65. Yeah. Interesting. Wait, only one person's actually done the 100%. Oh, okay. I'm looking at PSN profiles and it says one person. Okay, maybe that's off. That's fine. And let me see, 100% club. No, Miseroth. Yeah, I don't know who that is. 27th of February 2021. I don't even see the guy you're talking about on here. March-SP is what you said? Oh, okay, yeah, he's 71%, but okay, yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry. Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. Desunoto, what have you done this week?
I played some more Demon Souls.
Okay, how you liking it so far?
It's great. I just I was trying to get most of the trophies in the first playthrough, but that's already escaped me because some bosses have certain requirements while you're fighting them to get the trophy.
Or don't you just hate those when you know you could have done the requirement and all of a sudden you realize afterwards, you're like, oh man, I gotta go back through the whole thing and do it again?
Yeah, like one of the first ones is the Tower Knight, and when you're fighting the Tower Knight, there's a whole ring of archers around you up on the castle walls, and they're shooting at you, and the trophy is to kill them without killing any of the archers, so I didn't know that. And I killed all the archers before fighting. So that was gone. And then I just did another boss where you couldn't hit her clone because she makes clones of herself, and I hit the clone, and then I killed her. So I didn't get it.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
And then as soon as I beat that boss, I get invaded. Like, the moment I'm human, I guess, I got invaded. And I was doing pretty well against the guy, but then he healed, and then he just killed me. Because he's a
You gotta
bad
love those.
person.
Gotta love it when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of messed up my world tendency for that place too. Because each boss you kill gets you closer to white, and then pure white world tendency. So when you die in human form, it drops a little bit, about 30%. So I don't know if I can get pure white on this playthrough unless somebody else invades me and I actually kill them. Then I get some of that stuff back.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was just kind of annoying that I just died as soon as I finished the boss and I got to the
Gotta
next
suck
area.
getting invaded all the time. Any other games do something similar like that where you get invaded? Did Neo do that?
Dark Souls.
Any of the
Yeah,
Souls
mobile games,
games
yeah.
did if you're
Yeah.
human, but
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Anything else you played?
Bloodborne was the most annoying.
Oh god, yeah, you get invaded. I've gotten invaded in Bloodborne before.
Well, because it's area based. Unless you
So
kill the Bell Maiden or something like that, if I remember right.
then you don't get invaded anymore?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Hmm.
something like that.
Okay.
Because I remember the one area, oh my god, it was brutal when the game first came out. Everybody was freaking invading everybody else.
That must not have been
Hmm.
fun. I would probably think that was probably the worst experience you could ever go through in your life.
Because I was trophy chasing everybody. Freaking wrecked that
Hmm.
game.
Whenever Bloodborne 2 decides to get announced, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Eh.
yeah.
We
I didn't really enjoy Bloodborne all that much.
Oh, okay.
I beat it. I think I
Gotcha.
platinumed it. No, I
Okay,
didn't. Because I didn't do the chalice dungeons. Because those are boring.
I thought they were
gotcha.
pretty cool. Just like another thing to do in the game.
They got grindy. I don't know. Wow. You can have different opinions.
Yeah, you would. He just says it under his breath. He's like, yeah, you would.
Anyway,
What have I played this week? I actually
Resident Evil
played
7.
well, yes, I played a bunch of Resident Evil 7, beat that. I was doing the DLC. I may or may not work towards the platinum. I think it's doable. I think it's just you have to. It's going to be multiple playthroughs, and the 4 hour thing is going to be, I think, the most difficult. I'm going to probably have to watch somebody do it and like figure out all the shortcuts and all that good stuff. I think if I have weapons though in the beginning, like that Albert gun that I had gotten at the end,
Oh,
maybe that
yeah.
would make it a lot easier. I would assume you just one shot everything at that point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the
Um,
time stops too when you pause, like the
well,
in-game
I
clock.
would have expected when you pause it would stop the time, but I
Hmm.
mean from when I went through it, Kevin, what did that take me? Like good
Oh,
maybe 12 to 14 hours to beat that game.
yeah,
Hmm.
sounds right for a first playthrough, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, to beat it in 4, I mean that's you got to go in easy mode obviously, and then just power through everything as fast as you can.
I mean, Resident Evil games are really not that long.
No, most of them are not. I think the longest one that I played
And
was
part of the
what?
thing, what you got to remember about, like, well, I don't know about Resident Evil 7 because I didn't pay that much attention until I started watching you. Um, Puzzles and stuff, unless you actually need items, if you know the solution, it doesn't change.
Yeah, they're all the same, no matter the
Yeah, so if you can
difficulty.
power
So
through
you're
all
just
the
like, I know this
puzzles,
combination, I know this, I know this.
yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna have to look at basically at that point. If I know all the combinations, I know everything. I don't need to I don't need to go on the side and do anything. I don't need to take any
Hmm.
sidebars or anything like that. So just basically go through all the main stuff and
And
get
don't get
through it.
hit.
Yes,
You don't
that
get hit, you don't
also.
need to keep picking up health items everywhere.
Yep, there. I mean, there's another trophy. I'm trying to see if I can do all in one, where I can beat it in 4 hours. Don't open the box and don't use more healing items.
Alright.
I mean that would be, yeah, that's a difficult
That
one.
sounds like a dream, but okay.
Yeah, I mean if I have
You
the
might as well go
proper
on
gun.
Madhouse too, right?
Oh God, that's another trophy I have to beat. I mean I can. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to have the Albert to beat Madhouse. That's gonna be insane. Um, Other than that, I beat GMC5 last night. I had left it at like mission 19 from the final boss, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back in there and beat it. Now I'm back hooked on DMC5 again. I was playing Bloody Palace before this. I played a bit of Rogue Company. The PS5 version works so much better than the PS4 version. They keep updating
Oh,
it,
there's
and
a
I'm like, oh my god.
PS5 version? Uh-oh.
Yeah, didn't we have this conversation at one point,
Yeah,
Kevin?
probably.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, definitely download it. Load times are
Alright.
cut in half, and
Oh, good.
the game just works so much better. Just overall, it
Alright.
works so much better.
Alright.
Um, what else have I played? Destiny 2. Played a bit more of that. What I reinstalled COD and then deleted it again because I hate that game now. I'll have a rant on it. Well, you know what? I'll get the rant out of the way now. I don't understand. Every time I put the disc in to install it, every time I quit the game and I go back in, it'll make me reinstall 22 gigs of data. I don't understand. Every single time I do this,
Oh,
I don't
nice.
understand why. So I'm
It's a
like, you know what?
feature.
I give up.
Hmm.
I'll wait for Battlefield 5 next month for Plus, and I'll get that instead and play
You're
that.
gonna get Battlefield 5?
Yeah, it's Plus next month. Why wouldn't I?
Ooh.
Are we
I
gonna
haven't
are we
played it in
gonna?
a while, but I have the whole thing.
All right, so are we gonna duo this then?
We can. I'll
Let's
play
do it.
Battlefield 5 again. The game's
I'm
great.
I'm gonna Rambo as
I
a
haven't
healer.
I haven't
That's what I
played
used to do.
I haven't played any of the Japanese stuff yet.
Does that game need a season pass, or was that DLC free for that game?
I have no idea. I bought the season pass like when the game came out, so
Okay, I'll have to double check to see what the stuff looks like, because I'll probably invest time in Battlefield 5 as it is, because I'm sick of COD, so I'm like, I don't want to play that anymore. I
Battlefield
think
5 is so good.
that's. Oh, did we play Zombie Army 4 again? Or was that just last week? I mean, the week before that. Okay. If we did play that, that's. That's the only thing that I could think of that we played. Cause okay, but yeah, gentlemen, do we have any specific topics that we want to talk about this week? Okay,
I got a big
go.
boy topic.
All right, who wants to go first?
I don't care. All right, let's start with the big one.
All
Guess
right,
what? I brought handouts.
handouts.
I forgot how to drop things.
Uh,
It's fine.
I got it.
I'll use circle on the controller because I don't remember what it is on the keyboard. Pay no attention to that the developer name. Oh, because I got that wrong, but it's fine. I'll fix that. All right, so this is my little outline for me going over. And by little,
I
like it's
like
4 pages long.
I like this. This is cool. Okay, so you gave us an outline of your entire topic that you're going to
It's
talk about?
because it's a lot. All right, so
Okay.
let's
All
start
right,
out with a
go
little
ahead.
intro. What the hell are we talking about? We're talking about a game called Scavengers that came out of friggin' nowhere by people named Midwinter. Um, and the only reason I heard about it, well, I didn't really hear about it. I was on Twitch and I'm bored because the Dota tournament finished, and I was like, okay, Scavengers. Haven't heard of that game. Let's check it out. And after like watching it for about 30 minutes, I get a drop. And it's a beta access to Scavengers. So apparently, their idea is instead of just having an open beta and allowing anybody to come in, watch a stream for 30 minutes and you immediately get an invite. Sure. I don't get it, but why not? So, needless to say, a lot of people are hopping into that game. I haven't played it yet because it really doesn't look that great to me, but I can see other people liking it, and we'll go over that, don't you worry. What I'm more interested in is how this game actually works on the back end, which is where we're starting. So, I can't exactly tell if this improbable is a company or a sub company of Midwinter, or it's just like something that they came up with to sell their spatial OS and networking software slash structure. Because there's like no information on anything. This all just like came out now. So spatial OS, which is not really an operating system, so whatever. Is this interface that goes between a game server. It's OS. Thank you, Minecraft. Spatial OS is this interface thing that goes between game servers and the players. And yes, that's right, game servers. So what it allows developers to do is you can have game server 1 have like the main game and like human multiplayer aspect. You can have game server 2 have all the AI and all of its stuff, and have both of those servers linked into Spatial OS, and it'll interpret everything coming from those two servers and feed it out to players as though it's one. You can do this with a multitude of servers for a single world as well, where you can have server 1 be like the top left portion, server 2 is the top right, server 3 is the bottom left, server 4 is the bottom right. Have all of those servers communicating through Spatial OS to the players to make it seem as though it is one world. So it's crazy stuff, and it seems to work. Because while the game does stutter, I'm not convinced that it's actually on the networking side. I think it's the optimization side. It usually stutters when a match loads. But yeah, we'll just stop at that point. How does that sound to everybody?
So I was just looking up the company, or not company, but
or
the
whatever
studio,
entity it is. Mm-hmm.
So from what I understand, it was originally a company founded in 2012 in London. They made a bunch of games, or they were trying to make a bunch of games for Xbox and Windows. Many of them have gotten canceled, like Ion, Worlds Adrift, Mavericks Proving Grounds, Seed, Lazarus. They are now
Nice.
they're now an actual like ecosystem. So they're no, I don't know what you would define these people as, but they're not a company per se. They're more along the lines of they provide
They
almost
provide like a
like
business solution, right?
Yeah, so they
Oh, but for
basically will
games.
say, yeah, so they're like, okay, you have a game that you want to use in ecosystems and things like that. Here, we'll give you the tools that you need, and you can use our base at that point. In return, we get to have our name on whatever your game is,
Hmm.
because they're gonna give you Spatial OS, which is the platform that enables all these things to happen. Because I don't think they make anything anymore. They're just
No.
there to now get contracted almost out by people who are trying to make games.
Right, and this is their debut. This game,
Mm.
from what I can tell, anyway.
I mean, it sounds cool, especially if you're able to hook on to additional servers, more than one server, as well as bring a bunch of servers together and use that all at once. That is that is interesting as well. I like the sounds of
I
this.
mean, there's a little on their website. There was like a little trailer thing, I guess,
Uh-huh.
and it was it was Midwinter's developers actually talking about it, and how I guess technically, so like right now, Scavengers is 60 human players, and then whatever AI life is in the game. There's a lot of it, um, all at once right now. But according to them, they can change the player count, and they can increase it or decrease it, and it'll just go.
So
So,
under I don't know if you got to this yet, but under the good I see it's written tornadoes.
oh,
What?
hold on, we'll get there. We're going piece by piece.
Oh, okay, okay. But okay, so this is like Apex Legends, Escape from Tarkov, and The Division.
Hey, we're getting there. All
Oh,
right, we're talking about
okay,
spatial OS right now. I'll get to the next part. All right, so some
okay.
people are very pushy. Anybody else have anything else to talk about spatial OS? Okay, good. All right, moving on. Because somebody is impatient and doesn't know how an outline works. So Scavengers is kind of like Apex Legends meets Escape from Tarkov meets The Division with a sprinkling of mobile game. With a sprinkling of mobile game
I
timing
read too far ahead.
aspects
That was the problem. I read too far ahead.
and yeah, okay. We done? Yeah, I know, right? Stay for class. All right. And then there's survival aspects with food and heat or the lack thereof. So this game is a mess. It has so much going on for I don't know what reason. So it's a PvE and a PvP game at once, and it's a battle royale on top of all of this. And there's automatic respawns for whatever rhyme or reason. As long as your entire team isn't get taken out, you will respawn. And in the PvE, you're doing like a looter shooter sort of thing. But when it comes to the end of the game, all you're trying to do is get out alive. That's it. You don't have to kill everybody else. You practically don't have to kill anybody. It's strange. Um, so basically, the game at large is just your standard battle royale, but with PvE elements that we'll get into in a bit. And it goes the same route as everything else. There's a storm that's approaching, and it just keeps shrinking in, shrinking in, shrinking in until you get to this final circle. However, storm is freaking pretty. um, this game has like the best clouds ever in like any game. It's crazy. Um, so the storm looks like menacing as you see it just closing in on you. Uh, in addition to the storm, there's these like tornado thing. I don't think they're supposed to be tornadoes, but like they look like tornadoes, and they just sort of sweep through the area at random. Um, you can keep opening your map to see like where they are. It'll update in real time, but they'll just come through. Those are more of a problem than the actual storm because you have no reason to actually go anywhere but toward the center. Because you want to keep doing things in the PvE and like killing stuff and looting and moving on. And there's really nothing to loot as far as like guns and stuff go because you pick up a gun and you've got ammo. You walk over a gun and you get more ammo. You just have all this ammo for no reason, and you can barely hold anything for healing or usable items. So like once you max out on that, you're not picking any of that stuff up. So then the only thing left are all these data points or whatever the hell they call them that you can bank into some form of scoring system that leads to currency and all sort of junk. And I think there's also crafting items that you technically get while you're playing, but those are like invisible. So since you're not really picking anything up or having to like look at stat lines and stuff for things, because every gun is just either blue, purple, or yellow, or green, your starting weapons. Like you just progress. So the storm is never really an issue unless you are dawdling for no reason. So the things that I like about the game, the graphics are, the storm especially, and the clouds are just pretty. They're amazing. When there is stuff dropping and there's loot dropping, since the world is white all over and it's impossible to see anything, they put like little icons over whatever's on the ground, and the thing on the ground sort of sheens, but that sheen is like a white or a light blue, so that gets lost real easy in the snow. Because this entire environment is like a frozen tundra, and you'll die of frostbite. We'll get there too. So there's like a little icon over everything. There's a gun icon, a melee like weapon icon. It's like a bat or an axe. There's plus signs for healing items. So like whatever the hell's on the ground basically. The freezing mechanic is really cool. So there's a separate bar that shows your body temperature, and if it falls to a certain point, you start to actually freeze, and there's like a frozen ice thing that starts to form over your health bar, and it keeps chipping away at it until you either freeze to death or you start heating yourself up by either standing next to a fire, going inside, using an item that somehow warms you up. It's like a hot pack, I guess. And if you warm yourself up, then whatever part of your life has been frozen will eventually regen back, or you'll have to heal it back. But you freeze very quickly, and if you get like your body heat bar doesn't have to go all the way out for you to start freezing. Like it's only like the bottom third. If you hit that region, you start to freeze. So you can't just like immediately recover from that either. You have to like make that a priority if you start to freeze, or you will die even trying to thaw yourself out. The tornadoes are really cool. It's a neat mechanic because you actually have to like worry about where they're going, and you have to pay attention to what direction they're moving in, and not be like someone I was watching who was driving with the tornado as everyone continues to freeze to death while inside of it. Movement is really cool. There's a mechanic that makes no sense at all physically, but it's great. You can slide down hills at like speeds of 140 miles an hour for no reason. It's great. It's kind of like Apex Legends. The overall survival aspects are really cool. The damage is great. Guns actually kill things. It's amazing. It's not like Apex Legends, because Apex Legends takes magazine after magazine after magazine to kill people unless you're right on top of them. And the PvE elements are actually good in the game. The meh things about the game. The PvP, very meh. It's over too quickly, and you're never gonna fight like multiple teams. You can toward the end, but like the PvP is not really the focus here. It's more the PvE, and I guess to an extent strategic play to just get out at the end on the dropship. The gunplay is weird because this map is huge, and aside from sniper rifles, bows, and crossbows, everything else has stupid recoil. So you can't like hit people at distance with like any weapon in the game except for the three that I mentioned. You can move up on people quicker, but I just don't understand why the recoil is so extreme for a game that like you have to shoot at distance. I've played games with like high recoil, like Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat, Those are much closer and close quarter engagements than this game. So it makes more sense to have a recoil system like that. Abilities are just kind of lackluster overall, but they have their purposes. There's only one ability per like person. They each have a passive, I guess, too, but that's not really noticeable. One person has like a speed boost for the party as long as you're running in the same direction as the person and you're close by. One person has a shield. But another person has like a stun trap. But that's it. It's not like Apex Legends where you have a meaningful passive, a usable ability, and an ultimate ability. Um, let's see. The auto respawns is kind of to me because you don't. There's no real threat of dying. It's really just a threat of is my entire team gonna die? So if you think you're gonna lose a fight, you just have somebody run off in some random direction, and you'll all just respawn after 45 seconds. um,
Hmm.
so it's just I don't know. It's a strange mechanic. Uh, the research system is garbage. I don't know why I have it in bad. It should be in bad. Um, so researching is basically how you upgrade your character, which is done with stuff that you have scavenged from the world. I guess it's a whole bunch of different resources. It's like plant fibers, copper, nanites, energy, you name it. There's a whole bunch of shit in the game. And you use all of this to research character-specific weapons, which might have better stats or may not have better stats. Wild card weapons, which can be equipped by anybody. Just straight upgrades, straight perks, whatever. But every time you research, it's going to take a certain amount of time for it to complete, like a mobile game.
Oh
And
no.
just like a mobile game, you can spend premium currency to lessen that time or immediately
Oh
finish it.
no.
So expect this game to go pay to win real quick.
Damn.
The crafting system basically is the same thing as like the research system, except it's done in the game, I guess. But you also need to level up to a certain point, and leveling up is the most confusing thing in the game. There is no bar that tells you how much experience you have or anything like that. It will just say you're level 2, you're level 3. I assume it's a certain amount of data
Hmm.
points accumulated by the team, but there is nothing on the screen anywhere to tell you when you're going to level up. And this is very important because you will not have shields until you level up. You will not have armor until you level up. And then you can craft those things. Um, so yeah, it's kind of just like a thing that happens. Uh, what I find to just be bad in this game, the looter shooter aspect, I kind of already covered this. Like at first when you come in, picking up stuff is great because you're always finding new things. Oh man, new gun. Oh, new gun. Oh, this gun's better. This is all the healing stuff that I need. This is the thermal packs that I need to keep myself from freezing to death. Cool. Once you have all that, it doesn't matter. You're not using any of it because there's no PvP really. Like there's 60 people, so there's 20 teams of 3 in this gigantic map. You're probably going to be in PvE most of the time, and the AI is just not that great when it comes to like actually doing damage to players. Unless you're fighting a boss, those things freaking crush you. But so you don't constantly have like the thrill of finding new things, or like I guess even it's made me realize that other battle royale games that make you actually like scrounge for bullets and have to pick up ammo. It's like, oh, okay, so this is what it actually feels like when you don't have to pick up ammo and it's just given to you like it's water. And I miss it. I actually miss having limited ammo supply. Just watching the game. I haven't even played it and I'm like, wow, it's too much ammo. Um, the storm mechanics are kind of because the actual storm itself, like I said, like there's no reason to go back anywhere. There's no reason to go anywhere but toward the center, well, not the center of the map, but the center of like whatever the final circle looks to be. And you never, I mean, you shouldn't ever be in the actual storm. So it just kind of is there to look nice. Um, the timers for the research is just dumb because that's going to lead to pay to win. There's no way around that unless they really. Actually, no, there is no way because they've literally already put it in the game where it's just premium currency, speeds up research, and research makes your character better. So, yay. Uh,
Oh,
this is an odd one. This lasts a little bit. So, just like a lot of games now, when someone is aiming down a sniper scope, there is a little like glint animation, like a little X um, bit of light coming from the scope so you can see where they are at. This thing is gigantic and it will cover the entire player's model. So you just take random shots in this direction and hope that you actually hit the person there because you will never see them there. Like, it's real bad. It is huge. Stands out. You don't even have to be trying to find it. You will see it. Um, and perhaps the most depressing thing about the game, you don't win. So this is where Escape from Tarkov comes in. Um, in Escape from Tarkov, you're basically just playing a game where you go into whatever zone you're going into, and you're going in trying to loot either for money or specific items or trying to find like keys or whatever and get out with that alive. Doesn't matter if you kill any players, anything like that. You're just trying to get in, get out, live. It's the same thing in this game, but this game plays more like a battle royale. So most of the time, there's a lot of people winning because all you really got to do is live until the final dropship drops, and as long as you're in it, when the timer hits 0, you extract with no problem. So teams are already basically going up to the dropship. You drop down the shield, which is OP as hell, and it takes way too long to take down. And you just watch the timer tick down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk in, and yay! um, yeah. So that's a lot. I don't know. It's worth a look because I mean you can play it for free right now, so why not? But it tries to do so many different things, and honestly doesn't really excel at any exciting gameplay other than hey, the PvE is kind of cool because there's a lot of different enemies to fight, and there's even wildlife to fight because you got to get food to eat in order to restore your stamina so you can keep running. But that's about it.
So my brain is already melted. It's beyond gone. It's beyond liquid. Okay, it is evaporated at this point. So let me give my opinion on this stuff so far.
All right.
So I like it's trying to do something different. Every battle royale is now becoming the same stale formula. It's a storm coming in. You have to survive until you get to the middle and basically be the last one standing. Correct. The nice thing with this is that it's giving you something different to do. Like, okay, you have other things you need to keep track of. Sorry. You need to do, take care of your heat, take care of your stamina, make sure you're picking up things that you need to go, and the environment actually interacts with you more than some of the other battle royales. Like I'll compare it straight to like Warzone. Warzone, which obviously is a bit of a bigger scale versus this because that's 150 people. This is only 60 people. You can have like quads, duos, trios, whatever whatever you want at that point.
Warzone is 150 people.
Warzone is 150 people now. Yep. The only
Oh,
thing
man.
the thing with Warzone is that it gets stale so fast because it's the same thing over and over. You're just gonna end up going to a different spot, just picking up as much as you can, and then hopefully you don't get either sniped or, you're able to see people. That's why the battle royales that are doing something different like this, where it's adding different mechanics like that to do something, even though the mechanics, yes, like you mentioned, they don't have an actual meaning at this point. If they were given a meaning, like okay, you need to do this in order to survive this long into the game or something like that, like that would make sense, I guess. But I give it a pass to say okay, it's doing something different. The things that don't make no sense to me were a lot of things you wrote in the bad and the mess section is whereas like the sniper scope glint, like, okay, so you can't shoot anybody else or anything but a sniper scope, but then you're gonna get immediately seen when you have a sniper scope. So it's like, okay, you have the bow, or what was the other one you said? Just
There's a
sniper, bow,
crossbow, I think.
crossbow.
Yeah, crossbow.
So either you have a crossbow or you don't have, you have nothing else. It's like, because you can't use you can't use it otherwise.
Well,
So
yeah,
you're
unless you run up on the other group. Yeah.
right, right.
Hmm.
The obviously being able to have as many guns as you want, and not having a purpose for them, that doesn't help in a battle royale. The whole point is about survival and resource management and all that. So if you're picking up all the guns and there's no point to use them all at that
Well, you
point
can
because
only
there's
hold
a
2 guns. I didn't
okay.
mention that, but you can only hold the 2, just like most games. But like, I don't know, you there's no stats on any of the guns, and it's like, here's an
The guns are too
SMG,
simple. They
here's
need
a
to be
pistol, here's a shotgun. Like, there isn't multiple versions of everything, really. There is, but there
right.
isn't.
So they need to be a little bit more detailed. The guns need to have a little bit more meaning and detail to them at that point in
Yeah,
time,
right. If
which
they
makes
had that,
sense.
it would be much better, because you'd actually stop to look at things. At this point, you're only stopping to look in the beginning, and that's why the storm and stuff that's closing in is kind of like an afterthought almost. It's like, oh yeah, that's there. Alright.
Right. If and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Fortnite also have PvE and PvP when it originally was coming out as a battle royale?
Oh boy. The Battle Royale never had PvE. The base game, I don't think, had PvP. Or did it?
So
Shoot,
the
I
base
don't
game was just a
remember.
PvE game, and then
It
they
might have
added battle
had
royale in.
PvP, but it was limited if it did. Like, it was limited to certain areas. If it did. I don't remember it very well. The PvE was like alright until you literally lost resources playing the game, because you couldn't actually make as much as you were losing. That was great. Real good design. Anyway.
No, I mean, if I'm looking at a battle royale like this, then I remember we had a conversation about Battlefield 5's battle royale, Firestorm, I think it was called.
I didn't
Um,
even play that. I really should look at that, but
yeah, I don't know if it was us who had who was it us who had the conversation about that, or you were saying like that?
could have been.
I think it was.
I know
Um,
about it, so.
yeah, I like if I had a chance to test out a battle royale, I'd probably test out something like that because it sounds similar because the firestorm makes the tornadoes and like the map interacts with you and all this stuff. I don't know if they have PvE in that, but that's the
No.
unique thing about this, where this includes
Right.
PvE as well. Which we had some of that when we played Cursed. We had some PvE when the zombies would spawn and things like that.
I mean, yeah, but that's just because of one character's ability. This is like,
Right.
there's actual inhabitants in this world.
So I mean, to sum it up, I like what it's doing. It needs to be a little bit
Mhm.
more complex, I think, in terms of the core mechanics of the game, such as like the looter part of it, the actual survival part of it, as well as just making their systems a little bit more in tune and complex in that manner. They're too simple, I think.
Okay. Interesting.
But
Alright.
that's my 2 cents on it.
Oh, yeah. Desunoto, I heard you going, oh no, with the research timers.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it's not a good way to go. Definitely not a good way to go. Like, remember they showed Bethesda showed that Skyrim mobile thing, and it had the paywall timers you can do to build stuff faster and all that shit.
Oh
Stuff.
man, I forgot about that. You're right. Bethesda did show that up.
Yeah.
Did the Fallout one have that too? I forget what it was called. Fallout Shelter.
Shelter. I don't.
Are you thinking about Vegas? Not Vegas. 76. I mean, are you thinking about Fallout
No.
76?
Maybe.
Because Fallout
I don't know,
76
it's a
had like
mobile game.
pay to. Oh, never mind. That's Shelter.
Yeah, that's okay. So what I just said. Good.
So sorry, I thought you were thinking of 76 because I was like, oh, online. Okay, he's thinking of that. Never mind.
No, the mobile game, though, especially if that had paywall stuff too.
No, yeah, I think the biggest thing is to keep mobile games separate from every other thing because once you start merging the two, there's no going back.
That's fair.
Like EA, for example, prime example. They will never ever go back to whatever their old formula was, where you can actually play to get all your players,
Oh,
or
you like for
or
sports
like
games and stuff?
yeah, or like play enough. Like I think the point where it's at right now, you have to play for like months to get certain players, like to gain enough credits to buy it just from playing the game,
Hmm.
versus rolling the the slot machines they have now in NBA and Madden
Oof.
and FIFA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Adam, you got anything?
What? That's tickling.
I did too. Family show. Hmm. Oh. Yeah, because
uh,
apparently everybody in the company has come from all over the place.
Lackluster.
Hmm.
Oh, Crossfire X, or is that what the one you were thinking of?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Right. It. Hey,
Cool,
it's got. Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool,
It's got. All
cool.
right. It. Oh, you're right. I did. Look at that. um.
What?
But at any
I
rate, what's at least we have some different ideas that have now been thrown out there, and maybe somebody can build on it if it's not them themselves. Nobody who I watched stream yesterday, by the way, is streaming today,
oh.
so that's a good sign. Oh, what happened to that game? Oh, gosh. Wait, did they cancel New World? the other game that I forget what the game was called, but it was like a MOBA style game. That game was hot garbage. I watched it
They
on
should
Twitch.
just cancel themselves at this point.
Oh wow, hot take.
New
All right,
World, Crucible, both are canceled.
Yeah.
nice. All right.
Hold on. I'm incorrect. Crucible is canceled. New World is the
That's
replacement
the
for
game.
Crucible.
Crucible was a mess.
So it was supposed to be released in May of 2020, but it was delayed to August 31st, 2021.
I mean, I will definitely say that the last time there was like a beta test, I guess, of that game. Woof. Oh man. Yeah, something like that.
It came out as a beta,
Because
and
streamers ripped that game up, and
yep.
rightfully so. That game was
I mean, Amazon's
trash.
got the money. They don't care. They can waste all the money they want. It's not gonna matter to them. I will look it up. Oh,
Hmm.
oh.
Excuse me. Hmm.
Saudi Aramco is the biggest and richest company in the world. It's got 1.68 trillion US dollars. Saudi Aramco.
Ooh, what do they do?
They're I believe they're an oil company.
Watch yourself now.
Yeah. Saudi Arabian Oil Company, Saudi Aramco, Saudi Arabia Oil Company, Aramco.
Sure.
That's the company's name.
Hey. By the way, hey. So their little motto, if you will, Aramco, where energy is opportunity.
See, it was
That's
Aramco.
it.
All right, cool. Amazon also had something called Blue Protocol, Elion, Lost Ark.
Oh
What is
yeah.
all these?
Don't worry about those. No, don't look.
Hey, don't look. Don't look at this. Oh God.
Alright. But yeah, I don't know. I know my topic was kind of strange because it was basically just a game, but this is like the new hotness, so cover it. There you
No,
go.
that was fantastic. Sounds like cyberpunk. Sounds like cyberpunk, and how that came into existence and it fizzled out and died. Now nobody cares about it. Exactly. Now it's dead. I'm in a grave. I'm 6 feet down. Put me in the hole. I'll take that. Oh God. All right, Kevin. Was that the topic? Is at the end of
Yeah,
it there?
yeah, that was basically it.
All right, Adam. What's your little mini topics you got here?
Hold on, let me take those back.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Because I want them back.
Here you go. Take it.
Why can't I pick that one up? Oh,
He's gonna. He, he got out of the mine cart. He fell down.
Wait, what's going on?
How do you just throw the book? What are you doing? he kept the book. Just throw the book. Literally.
Oh.
There you go.
there we go.
Sit in your chair now. Oh my.
I'll be back.
All right, so I don't know. I think he went to go put the books outside. So go ahead with your mini topics now.
Oh no! My God.
I can pull it up. I can pull it up in the meantime. Huh? Hold on a minute. You're saying that 80% of the games sold are third-party games? Okay, well, hold on. 83% of the games that were sold was third-party games? So 20, okay, less
I
than
mean,
20%
sure.
of them. Okay, hang on a minute, because I'm looking at the numbers here now. So you're telling me that 17% of the games were first party. So do first parties actually matter? I mean, they wouldn't have had the seven. But then they wouldn't have had the 17%. I mean,
What?
they're they're okay. So let me clarify what I'm saying here. Okay, so their install base, I feel like is definitely people who go for the first parties on here. But if 83% of the games that are being sold on is that PS4 or PS5 are combined? What?
I mean, that makes total sense. I don't know what's so confusing about that.
It's just the ratio is so far off. I don't understand that
I mean,
part.
you
Like
want
I
me to
would,
go through my
Isn't there just
library?
a lot more third-party releases?
Yeah. For
I
every
think
first party
that's
game,
what.
there's at least 5 or
Yeah, I think
6
that's what
third party games.
answers the question.
Yeah.
that's fine, but you can. So then, if they, yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah.
I would have thought it would have
Okay.
been like 30%
Mm.
or 25 or even 35%.
That'd
Huh.
be insane.
Way higher because
It'd be
all they do is
opposite
first
ratio.
party for the most part.
80% would be first party, 20% would be third party. Oh God.
I mean, here's the thing with Nintendo. Just throwing this out there, you gotta get real specific figures because of Virtual Console.
That's fair. Actually, yeah, because a lot of people do
Because
buy
all of
all the old
those, well, not
games.
all, but a lot of the old games also are first party games. So where do you start drawing the line, I guess? Are they? I thought a lot of them. Wait, no. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that one of the requirements for something to be on the Virtual Console was that it had to be partnered with Nintendo in some way. Would it?
Yeah, that would be second party. You're correct on
Okay.
that. Okay, so
So actually, Nintendo might not. I have to look at who all the first party Nintendo companies are then in order to have an idea.
then why is the PlayStation the more popular console to buy?
Because it has exclusives? Ooh, shots fired.
But only if only 17% or of those purchased games are exclusives, and the remaining 83% are third party. Why that? I mean, listen, I want PlayStation
Okay.
to succeed all the time, obviously, but like that 17% clearly is not making a huge dent in,
Does
I
it have to?
guess.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Why are you buying a PlayStation then?
Why not? It's cheaper than a PC or a laptop.
Yeah, but then why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you buy like an Xbox One S or or a Series S? Those are both cheap. I I kind of feel disgusted by that at the same time of like that's impressive.
Maybe I
I
guess.
don't I
I
don't know.
have no
That's
reason to own an Xbox.
I think this
Oh,
is
that's it.
fine.
I have no reason to own an Xbox because I have a gaming laptop capable of playing anything that comes out. So, since everything is going to be on Xbox, or everything on Xbox is going to be on Windows,
yeah, but
alright,
then Xbox has like Game Pass and all that. Like if you are buying
and so will
primarily
Windows.
okay, but if you're buying primarily third-party games, and okay, let's say you want to have just a console to play all those newer games because your PC's reserved for other things, or you're doing other things on there, like, wouldn't you buy an Xbox? Like, I'm
No,
thinking about this from a
I buy a PlayStation
why?
because I want to play PlayStation's exclusives. I don't want to play Halo. I don't want to play
But
Gears of War.
you're in the 17% versus the 83% then, who
Okay.
bought a PlayStation for exclusives, and then the others didn't care. They just bought a PlayStation.
Okay.
This doesn't
Why
make
does
sense
this
to me. And
matter? How does
yeah,
this
you were
not make
saying.
sense? I'm so confused. Alright.
What do you say, Desunoto? What did you say before?
Oh, um,
It's his thing now. I think it's become his thing at this point. It's just you
hold
get
on, hold
angry at
on.
him. It's become his thing that he's like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna be eating these things.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Nope. Oh,
God.
I was saying that I think this is all fine because of this whole thing that we're talking about, that Nintendo has had their own exclusives for so long that have never gone anywhere, versus um, the climate at PlayStation where they're like slowly bringing things out of complete exclusivity, even though Nintendo definitely has way, like they just have way more first party releases than anybody else. So it doesn't seem that surprising to me that um those numbers of 17% for first party on PlayStation.
My thing is just my thing is I don't understand how that number is not bigger when that's the whole purpose of buying a PlayStation.
Well, there's just so many
Because there's so many more games.
other developers making games for it than just Sony or just PlayStation Studios, if that's counted
Alright,
as
alright.
first party.
Hold up, hold up, hold up,
Okay.
hold up. Let's go through a thing. Can I get to my library from here? I don't think I can.
Again, I don't. All right, this doesn't make any sense to me. So how are they funding these? How are they being successful? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're just
and
those
that was
three games? Because, like, this is kind of the
Sackboy.
point that I'm trying to make here. Like, okay, I own the Ratchet and Clank remake, Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time, Ratchet and Clank Future something,
Is that that's coming from PS3 no PS4 library?
PS4 library, yep, and
Okay.
PS3. I forget which one was which. Um, no, but I know that I have it. Yeah. I don't remember if World of Final Fantasy was PlayStation exclusive or not. Okay. Horizon, I have. God of War, I have. There's not a lot of first-party games. I have so many other games. Ghost of Tsushima, I have. I mean, we haven't even hit double digits yet. I'm going through this library, and I have to pass like 10, 15 games to get to the next one. That's just it. Like, if you think the sales of anybody's exclusives other than Nintendo, because they don't really do a lot of third-party stuff, and they have a lot of first-party developers, if I remember correctly. I looked up the list once on Wikipedia, and it shocked me. Yeah, but like a lot of games come out, but I will still sit here and tell you I'm getting PlayStation because I want to play Ratchet and Clank. I want to play what PlayStation makes because Microsoft really doesn't make much of anything. And I just pick up everything else. Oh, Uncharted, that's another one. I have all of them except for the first one. No, I didn't buy that one either. I heard really good things about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, they don't really release a ton. Alright.
I see what you're saying now.
I mean, not everybody's gonna play all the PlayStation exclusive games, so no, I'm not really shocked by that. I don't know, I just can't.
Oh, I still don't understand anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just when I said how they should make Infamous 3 last week. No, the trailer for Ratchet and Clank looked amazing. I can't wait to play that game. Actually, that looks
Be
beyond
nice to
amazing.
actually see gameplay. Ooh,
Of Ratchet and Clank?
burn. See ya.
Oh, I got picked. Uh-oh.
And yes,
There goes the stream, guys.
it was too choppy. I want to see like continuous play. If we all left by the time we got back here. Oh, Bloodborne. That was a PlayStation exclusive, apparently. I only had.
Mm-hmm.
I found a list. Hold on. I don't own Infamous. I own Until Dawn. I own Days Gone. Oh, some of these I didn't know were PlayStation exclusives. Ooh.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does that number include downloads from like stuff like PlayStation Plus?
Ah.
Oh,
Wasn't Days Gone on PlayStation Plus? Wasn't Horizon on PlayStation Plus?
Bloodborne. Oh, oh yeah. Hmm. Okay, okay.
Ooh.
Nope. It says you're not invited to play on the server.
This is fantastic. We all learned something today. Wow.
Alright, I guess it's okay. I guess we'll finish it out this way. I'll just be staring at my. I was going to kicked out and I'm still laughing at this crap.
This
Oh my
whole
God.
episode is just gonna be us laughing.
He's gonna be googling this. Nope, unable to connect to world, not invited on server. Well, I mean, so where we left off was the Ratchet and Clank trailer. Kevin, to your point, I mean, when I was watching the trailer, it was actually pretty good looking. If it was continuous gameplay without them cutting segments, I think it would have been better. I agree with you there, because they went from like one thing to the next and then kept going forward, forward, forward. I'm like, okay, we're just seeing different little snippets of gameplay itself. But for how it played, looked real good. Um, everything in the
Wait, you're
world
still here.
looks everything in the world still looks really really good.
Oh,
And I actually can't wait to get my hands on that game. But um, the one that I got super excited for, which I texted in the group chat, was finally getting an Among Us date because I was waiting on that for so long. I'm like, the other consoles already have it. Where's Among Us for PlayStation?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Who's getting it?
I'm getting it. I'm 100% getting it. We're gonna
Alright.
do sessions. We might do a special session for crafting a chat with Among Us.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
We gotta find some more people to play with.
Unable to connect world.
Want a full group.
Listen, when you wanted me out, you wanted me out. That was it. It's over.